I'm Gabby Lamb.
And I'm Harper-Rose Drummond.
And you're listening to Tea Time, where we talk about the nastiest, dirtiest,
naughtiest, wildest secrets.
Enjoy. Welcome back to another episode of Tea Time. Where today we are talking about fights.
Worst
today.
Fights, verbal or physical, that y'all got into.
Yeah, and there are some juicy ones.
Very juicy.
Little quick catch up. What have we been up to?
Okay, so I went to my first Al-Anon meeting.
For those of you who don't know what Al-Anon is, it is for people who grew up with alcoholic parents or have an alcoholic partner and are trying to navigate the relationship with an addict and your kind of addiction to addicts.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. And it's funny enough, the reason why I finally decided I need to go. I've been putting it off for so long, but I finally decided I needed to go because I actually got into one of the worst fights I've ever gotten into with anyone, but I got into it with my man, and he almost wasn't my man after that fight. Oh, but
he wasn't your man for 16 hours.
Yeah, he wasn't my man. I broke up with him over text. We do love to see it. And then it was very chaotic.
And she boxed him outside of our apartment.
We might have slap boxed outside of a Jack in the Box.
You say we as if he was part of it. No, you ran out there and started wailing on him. And little did you know, I was at the fucking stoplight and I saw you doing it and I was like,
no, you fucking did not.
Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was at the stoplight.
You were at the stoplight?
I was at the stoplight because I saw you running down the street.
I thought he cheated on me. And I thought a lot of things. Now, was that rooted in reality?
Slap boxing.
Okay, Gabby.
Outside of Jack in the Box, I'm like, what kind of white trash, trailer trash shit is this?
Because he drove off. He came into our apartment. It doesn't justify it at all, but he came into our apartment, dropped stuff off. We hadn't seen each other in 4 days. And then just got all his stuff and then just left. And then had been ignoring me, blah, blah, blah.
Ignoring? Yeah.
Now, why was he ignoring me? Maybe because we were arguing pretty intensely. And then I chased after him like a psychopath.
Yeah.
I was almost blackout rage. And then he stops the car at the stoplight outside of a Jack in the Box, gets out of the car. And
meanwhile, I'm turning on. I'm on my way to go see my boyfriend, and I'm at the stoplight, and I'm like, whoop, whoop, and then I see you out of the corner of my eye, just fucking.
Here's the thing:
oh, no.
I didn't do any face shots. Not that makes it better, but it was pretty intense. It was short but intense. But anyways, I thought, that seems like a rock bottom to me. That seems maybe a bit of a cry for help, and so. It was so humiliating.
It's a good subject. Actually, it's a great story to tie in for this week's subject.
That honestly was, I think, one of the worst fights I've ever gotten into with anyone. But but so I just was like, oh my God, therapy's not enough. I've gone to, I don't think I've ever talked about it, but
Takes a village, honk.
I took a 6-week anger management course in 2019 because I've always had this rage inside me. And I'm like, oh my God, but it only comes out in certain, it's not all the time. If it's only in certain relationships, but I was just like, oh my God, what am I doing? I had to really take accountability. So I go to this Al-Anon meeting and almost everyone in the meeting is talking about how they also have this rage and this need to control and micromanage anyone that's close to them in their lives and how everyone's super impulsive. And it was the first time in my life I ever felt seen. And yeah, it was really, really good. And I, because I feel I definitely was wallowing in
Yay.
Are you?
That's nice.
Yeah, right? Have you ever done Al-Anon?
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, I haven't either.
No, I'm the problem.
Me too. Yeah. See, that's the thing. It's I'm an AA. I'm an AA girl. I'm a fucking AA SLAA girl.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any alcoholic parents?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you get this way.
Right.
But it's I think my sister is more like you, where she's a little control-y. Well, she's not even really, but I think that she could have those tendencies. And it's kind of, you go either way.
Right. You become the alcoholic or you become the controller of the alcoholic.
Yeah, totally.
So funny.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh my God.
So congrats.
Thank you.
That's really nice.
So it was, I needed to, well, cause had like drank while I was out of town, and then like when he didn't talk to me, I like created this whole story in my head, and then like it wasn't even true, but then I decided it was true and just like went the fuck off. And like yeah, it was so white trash. So I was acting like I like on Jerry Springer, like Maury. Like it was so
You both were.
Yeah, we honestly both. Yeah, he was screaming at me. It was crazy, but yeah, we had like a beautiful talk, and like I'm really happy to like I'm gonna start working these 12 steps, and I'm back in regular therapy, and like just. I gotta get control of this because also it's like I'm too goddamn old to be doing.
I know it takes a village. I swear to God, it takes a fucking village
Mm-hmm.
to heal. Like when I started doing SLA and realizing how many people you need around constantly. Like you need to have outreach. You need to like have a sponsor. You need to be like going through the steps and be like, I'm fucking spinning out. I need a whole, and you need like a whole community to help.
You do. And like
ground yourself. You can't do it on your own. People have this thing where it's like, I can figure out my problems, and it's like, no, you need a you know yourself best, maybe, but like you need a community to help you work through this shit.
I think it's really hard, and I think it's unrealistic to try and solve your problems on your own, especially because like a lot of the reasons that we get into these
American though.
Oh, totally. I think the reason why we get into like a lot of these horrific fights are from like learned behavior from your childhood. And like for me, I don't like this rage that I don't like. I mean, I blocked you one time and I got really nasty with you when I got like mad. She told a comedy booker that I wanted to climb him like a tree. And I was like, fuck you, Gabby, you just fucked my career. And then I like blocked
I fucked
you.
her career at the Madhouse Comedy Club in San Diego.
I was drunk and I lost my temper on her and then blocked. We're roommates too. It's like, oh my God.
All for the Madhouse Comedy Club.
Madhouse. Yeah. 6 drinks in, that was life or death.
Yeah, it was.
But it's also like, you know, have to work on impulsivity. And
it's funny that you say that you're the problem. Like that's so whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. I never really identify. I mean, I'm sure like the Al-Anon stuff is like what's the core, but it is like I am more alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never done Al-Anon, so I don't know. I mean, I know
it's lit.
I know my rage is inward.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Interesting. See, mine's totally outward.
Yeah.
Mine's inward. And I rarely lose it. I rarely do.
Oh, I just have so much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
That I just implode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Implode as in like relapse or drink or like what does that look like?
No, not even necessarily. Just like I have such a high expectation for myself that like I can never really reach. And so I just like set myself up to fail over and over and over and over again.
And then you're shitty to yourself over and over again, and you keep being like, you fucking loser.
Yeah. And that it's the restless, irritable, and discontent.
Restless, irritable, and discontent. Those are some familiar fucking words. I haven't been to a meeting in so long.
I know. I need a sponsor out here, really. That's what I need.
Yeah. I'm going to go to one. I can't go to one tomorrow night, but there's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Really good Monday, Wednesday, Friday one.
Really?
Anyway.
Okay.
Enough AA talk on here.
I like that now every single time we're going to all talk about our 12. You're like, AA, SLA, Al-Anon. Yeah. Okay. Anonymous? Who, honey? I'm talking about.
Should we start off with the Serenity Prayer?
Yeah.
God. Grant me the serenity.
Lee's also pissing
He's
right
like,
now.
Please don't do that. To accept the things. I'm just staring at him. I cannot change. Lee, you know you want to say it?
Lee.
Courage to change the things I can't.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
And the wisdom to know the difference.
I'm new, so I don't know it yet, but give me 2 weeks and I'll have it memorized.
All right, so here we are.
Working our steps, taking accountability.
Have you started any fights this week, Lee? Just internal ones.
No, I considered a few.
Really?
Yeah, but not really fights. More just like I just have brought on too much, and I need to like consolidate.
Okay.
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah. So it's working out though.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do is let things unfold, without like just see the way it's gonna go without me like putting my hands on all the pieces and just like let it ride out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been kind of working out that way.
And things are usually you feel better when you do that, you know, when you're not trying to get your hands on everything.
Yeah. I'm yeah, it very, very like that's one thing. It's like very in control of my whole environment. And so, yeah, I'm trying to work on that. But I'm doing everything by myself right now, and it's uncomfortable and it's not sustainable.
See?
Yeah.
Takes a village.
Takes a
Takes
village.
You know, I felt good when you guys got here.
And then
So
we had to go. Yeah, we had to get
feel
really
bad.
So what's
Now
the tone
reality
now?
has set in.
Knock,
Reality
knock.
set in when we're all
We're all a bit broken, and we're gonna point it out, Lee.
fuck. What else? I don't know what's going on. No fights for me this week.
Yeah, no, I've been really proud of you. You're like very level. I feel like maybe like last summer or maybe like the summer before that, I feel like you were the one that was like pretty chaotic and I was super level. And I feel like we like switched, but also I wasn't in a relationship. But
Yeah. Last summer I was really chaotic, but that was a dark summer. That was
Sorry.
a dark summer.
Hey, I'm just gonna bring up everyone's low point, just kind of
Hey.
see what happens there.
Now that she's gone to one Al-Anon meeting, she's ready.
Honey, I'm ready. It's fight night for everyone.
Now that she's
Memory lane.
Yeah.
Let's take a
She
walk
says, I'll
down.
sponsor all of you. Okay, so but we have a lot of advice to give because that's like our new favorite thing to do is have people send in their advice and we give our unqualified feedback.
Unfiltered, unqualified
feedback.
Yeah.
Just our own.
Our own.
We don't know
fun
shit.
take.
So we spitball off of what we think. And then yeah, we have stories today about good fights.
Yeah. What's the worst fight you've ever gotten into?
God, I mean, I don't know. I probably with my mom. I remember my mom hit me in
Really?
the face. That was a bad one. I think a lot of my fights have been with my mom, but there were a few times where I punched guys in the face.
Oh shit.
I know. There was this guy I lost my virginity to. I remember punching him in the face.
That's like every girl's wet dream. though.
Yeah, at the beach, which is fucking so San Diego. It was in Oceanside. And we were at this bridge called the Cassidy Street Bridge. And it was right by the ocean. It was like the summer of going into freshman year. And we were all hanging out. There was like a squad of people, these fucking skater boys and shit. And the guy I lost my virginity to was there with some girl from a rival school, Carlsbad. And I guess he had been like, I found out that he was like sleeping with her or something. And I just went up to him and I was like, you motherfucker, and just fucking bopped him. And then like, I remember my friends had to like hold me back. And I was like, fuck him. Fuck. Anyway,
Yeah.
I did that.
So we've all had cute moments with men.
I did that
okay.
a few times to that guy. And that's it. Oh, and I hit my ex in the face once too. That was really bad. That was the worst. That was bad. As an adult, that was not cute.
Yeah, what I kind of had like an out of body experience when I was going ham outside of Jack in the Box.
Not a fun
And I was like, serious question, quick question, serious question. Who the fuck do I think I am?
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
bad. When you get physical, it's really bad.
it's so unacceptable. It doesn't
is.
matter what someone does to you. You are not allowed.
Because imagine if he had done that to you.
He would have knocked my ass out. He's so much bigger than me.
Yeah, if he came up to you and just started fucking bopping
Bop, bop,
you.
bop. Yeah. Oh my God. Literally,
we think it's okay because we're just like little women, but it's not.
No,
like,
it's
none
so
of it's
not.
okay.
Bill Burr has the funniest joke about.
He does. I've heard that
about
one.
Yeah, it's so funny about. But yeah, no, I definitely in the wrong, and I'm glad that we all realized no more putting hands on people unless it's just a little hug.
Yeah. Unless somebody's like trying to steal your child, then no, there's no justification.
And that phrase, like, never chase a man, it's literal, like, it's metaphorical, but it's also literal. Like, probably shouldn't have been running down my street in flip flops,
screaming.
Felt like I was like
it
in
was
like
hot
Braveheart
too.
I know. I was in a sweater. I'm like going full Braveheart on his ass, like
like you were just crying. It was fucking hot.
Yeah, it's hot. I like I hadn't slept in like 2 days or eaten. I'm like
people like dealing drugs outside of our apartment.
Oh yeah, there's like a meth deal going on, like literally right next to us. People are like, welcome to Jack in the Box. Can I take your order? And I'm like, did you fuck someone else? And he's like, no, you were just mean, so I didn't talk to you. I'm like, unacceptable. Please love me. Bop, bop, bop.
And he still wants to be with you.
Yeah, that means that pussy good. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, he still does. He said, you know what?
He said,
I'll take a few more bops to the face.
He's like, don't ever do that again. But you are kind of fun. I'm like, I am.
You do keep me on my knees.
Sure, I cried and apologized super
on
hard.
my knees.
Yeah.
Toes. Okay, should we get into it?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about other people's mess.
Yeah. Let's
'cause
talk about
I'm feeling raw.
We got
Yeah.
a lot of stories today. Yeah, me too. We got a lot of stories. We got to get through them, and they're fun. Okay. This one's called Fights. Why can't I read it now? I want to just laugh. Well, this one is a long one, so here we go. Strap in, you guys, and listen. Me, my boyfriend, and daughter go to my mom's house for Thanksgiving for him to meet them for the first time. Let's start off by saying I warned him about the dysfunction before subjecting him to the madness. Everything starts off fine when we get there. My boyfriend meets my mom and brother, and we take off to the store to grab some wine that my mom needed for a recipe. Enough of the boring shit. Let's talk about the star of the show, my brother. Raging alcoholic and drug addict. That is the star of the show. I've
Main
never.
character.
Yeah, he is a main character. I've never seen someone in my life who has the ability of drinking so much. A normal person would drink and eventually pass out. Not him. He drinks and then gets to the point of falling asleep and goes into some form of psychosis that can last for days. Yeah, sounds like someone needs Bill W. At about 7 a.m., I can hear my mom scream. 7 a.m., that's so early.
Knock, knock.
Screaming because my brother has drank the bottle of wine that we needed for dinner. Okay, whatever. He leaves and doesn't come back. We proceed to have a great day. My grandpa, sister, and her boyfriend and son show up, and we finally sit down for Thanksgiving dinner. At this time, no brother. For context, the backyard at my mom's house faced the California aqueduct, and there was about a 15-foot drop behind her fence with another fence and barbed wire below it. That sounds hideous. As we are sitting at the table, I can see my brother visibly bleeding, kind of looking like he belonged in the cast of The Walking Dead, scaling back the fence and then running into the house. He swings. This is Thanksgiving. He swings the back door open and screams at the top of his lungs, "The N-words are after me." At this point, all of us are stunned. He's bleeding from about 1,000 stitches in his arm that he got from throwing a chair through my mom's window and climbing through the week before. And he's just falling all over the house. Eventually, we get him locked out of the house, hoping he will just leave. My sister's boyfriend, who is a major narcissist and wants to be the center of attention, goes outside to try and calm him. We all know that this is not going to work. I end up having to go out as well because I know he is just fueling the fire. My brother is talking in fentanyl scribble scrabble and has now started to square up to everyone like a gangster in a jail movie. He swings. This is so fucking wild. He swings at my sister's boyfriend and misses. Here is my chance. I'll just knock him out and send him to bed. I give him my deadly right hook. He falls to the ground, passes out. Bitch, you got a strong fucking arm. That's what you were trying to do to Tim.
Oh my
God.
I can't even do a push-up though, so couldn't do much damage.
Well, he falls to the ground, passes out. So I thought. Zombies don't get knocked out. He stands up like he got resurrected, so we all run inside, hoping he will just run away. Nope. He starts banging on the doors and windows with a shovel. Grandpa decides to go out. Bad idea. At this point, the police are on the way, thankfully. My brother tries to punch my grandma, and my boyfriend runs out and slams him into the concrete, which makes my mom upset. Whatever. The police come right on time and arrest my brother for drunk in public, even though he is at his house. Haha. Turns out he had a warrant and ended up in jail for the next 6 months. I ended up almost knocking my brother's 2 front teeth out, and they had to fix them in jail. His teeth in his head are visibly dead and a different color to this day, and I'm worried that they will fall out and I will feel guilty for his ugliness. Family trauma. We ate like 3 bites of food for Thanksgiving.
That's what you're worried about?
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking.
In
Okay.
his ugly head.
Yeah. We ate like 3 bites of food for Thanksgiving, and my sister and boyfriend both got food poisoning. This was the first family experience for my boyfriend. We are married now, though. He must like crazy. A holiday to remember.
Wow. Wow. Oh my fucking God.
The 15-foot aqueduct drop off, the barbed wire,
The Walking Dead imagery.
The brother fucking climbing over this fence, screaming, "The N-words are after me." Banging on the door with a shovel.
that he had broke
scribble scrabble.
Yeah, that he had broken the week prior, I believe.
By throwing a chair through it.
Yes. Innovative.
And then we'll just knock him out and put him into bed.
I know. Gee,
let's fucking clip him and then night.
Yeah, but the confidence that person had to lay him to rest, so to speak.
Just
good on you.
Oh, this poor kid, your poor brother. I know. I do love at the end how you're like, oh man, I'll feel guilty about his 2 front teeth. Yeah. That's what comes to.
The self-awareness is astounding, but I think it's just a little misdirected.
And the cherry on top is that they got food poisoning.
Yeah.
That honestly is just when you think it couldn't get any messier. Surprise.
They were not focusing on cooking.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, they weren't. They were sure not. That is a fucking chaotic.
That's why you should never be fighting around food, because then you're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that was my takeaway.
Especially poultry.
Yes.
Especially poultry.
Yeah.
Wow.
God damn it.
The imagery, you really did paint a grand picture.
Yeah, you are a wordsmith of sorts.
Oh, God.
Wow. Well, I hope he gets healthy.
Yeah.
And I hope your hand's okay. I hope your knuckles are.
Yeah. Huh.
Fuck.
Oh, your boyfriend still married you. That's nice.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's a great takeaway.
And that sounds like Tim.
Who do I sound like?
The brother. Someone keep her away from an aqueduct. Okay, next. You guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. Girls just being girls. When I was a freshman in high school, I became friends with this girl whose personality was filled with red flags. For starters, she would tell me she wished she had my life. Trust me when I say that isn't great. Humble, blessed. No, but really, she would flirt with guys she knew I liked. We've all got one of those.
We've all had a friend like that. I had a friend who would ask me who I liked. Yeah. I would tell her, and then she would specifically go after those people. So then one time I tricked her and I said I had a lie on this, I said I had a crush on some nasty guy, and then she went for him, and I was like, joke's on you, girl. I was actually going for this guy over here.
Snag him. That's brutal. It is. There's always that girl. I feel like every girl has had that friend.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Okay, no, really. But she would flirt with guys she knew I liked. She was just trouble and talked about everyone and everything. She would get jealous of anyone who became my friend and isolate me. Oof, I had this. But it gets worse. She would take pictures outside my house when I was sleeping, telling me to let her in. Yes, I'm aware I was and am still stupid. Long story short, after I ended the friendship, she tried to have 10 girls, all the ones she talked bad about. 10 girls, I must repeat, beat me up. Thankfully, I stood my ground and didn't die that day. She even had the nerve to show up on my birthday uninvited to give me a present. Who knows, it could have been a bomb. I didn't accept it. She was kicked out of my house crying on the sidewalk.
No, I don't know what program that girl needs, but it's giving mental institution.
It's giving mental institution.
Yeah.
That girl sounds like she had a troubled childhood and is a narcissist.
Yeah. That's so the sense for control and punishment there in y'all's friendship is astounding. That's like that movie. God.
Ingrid Goes West.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of.
No, that's great. I was thinking that. Yeah, totally. Mine was a way older. It was a Lifetime movie where this girl.
Nobody watches Lifetime.
Okay, everyone in here is boring except for Slap Happy. No, but honestly, but yeah, that doesn't
except
even
for
sound.
The fucking MMA fighter over here.
Bop, bop, bop. Sorry. Okay, honestly, I'll never share anything personal about myself ever again. But that is wild. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That's scary as fuck
It
too.
is. I was always really drawn to like narcissistic, controlling friends.
Yeah.
Growing up, I always had one that I like latched onto.
I
And they
loved
were-
having like a mean girlfriend. Like I was always like the beta and she was the alpha, like putting me down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of the first physical fights I got into was with one of my best friends growing up, and
Okay, see, scrappy over here.
I never fought back. I was just with the guys, but I remember we got like drunk. We were young in high school, and I don't even fucking remember what happened. We got into a fight. She had like a big gulp of soda, and like we were at a party with just guys. It's like we were the only girls there. We were like, the girls, and she like got all riled up at me, was all drunk, and threw this fucking big gulp at me in front of everybody, and I was so humiliated.
Honk.
And she was just like so justified in her anger for so long. I remember that like ended our friendship, and then years circled back, and we like talked and we're friends again. But
Okay, that's good.
no, we're not really friends anymore.
Okay.
But that was a bad one. That was that kind of friendship though. It was just this girl who like was always kind of stealing all the boys that I liked. I was always jealous of her secretly too because she had big tits.
And also, that's actually okay. Well, I can't with that. But here's the thing: you cannot have a close relationship, either friendship or partnership, whatever, with someone who's jealous of you, because that's not a real friendship. It's not.
It's not. It's not, honker. Okay, we ready for another one?
Yeah, I keep them coming. This is traumatic. I love it.
Okay, my parents combined have a ton of marriages and divorces. They can't stop getting married and divorced. Isn't that like your parents?
My parents? No, they're still they're together.
Oh, okay.
They break up like 2 times every year.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't last for long.
Okay.
One of them leaves, one of them comes back, but it's like very, very short.
Okay. You know who did that? Frida and Diego. Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. Lots of marriages. Lots of divorces.
Yeah.
Talk about an AA Al-Anon relationship.
Honey, and that's on Get In Program.
And that's in Get In Program. 1920 Get In Program. Okay. So they can't stop getting married and divorced.
Mhm.
Along the way, I've collected a crew of siblings, and half and step. The do you have any brothers or sisters question is so confusing to explain, but I just found out that I have an adopted sibling out there that nobody ever knew about. Story goes that they were a one-night stand kid and the mom ended up being underage. My dad basically refuses to address it, and it has made life so awkward.
Yikes.
Huh. Living in LA years back, I had a sugar daddy. I'm now married and have kids and have moved out of California. I was recently sitting in a restaurant bar with my husband when my ex sugar daddy walked in. We said hi and ended up hanging out for the night. He had more hired help with him. Nice girl. Awkwardly enough, him and my husband have become friends now. I haven't told my husband he's my ex sugar daddy, just a friend I knew from LA. Don't think I ever will. Situation is weird.
If your husband ever pisses you off, drop that bomb.
Does he know?
No, that's toxic advice, actually.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it really is. Has he?
Gotta work my Al-Anon steps. Okay, no, don't.
Okay, wow. A sugar daddy.
A sugar
I wish I
daddy
was bold enough to have a sugar daddy. I wish I was bold enough to have a sugar. I wouldn't now, but like, I wish that I did years ago. I mean, I don't wish I did, but I wish I had the like strength to do that. Girls who are just like pay for everything. I'm like, fuck. I wish I knew.
Yeah, I wish I had the self-esteem for that.
I
It's like I would
know.
date older guys, but they're like, "Can you please give me a ride to 7-Eleven?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'm like, "All right."
I know.
Why am I
just do it-
19 with a 36-year-old?
Yeah, right. I just do it
don't
for
know.
free. I'm like, oh, I owe you something.
Yeah. Thanks for looking at me, sir. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
These girls don't really know how to work it. For
But
like,
nowadays, I feel like nowadays, yeah. I mean, I'm sure back then as well, but like,
Yeah.
now I always see the videos on TikTok of like, look at my sugar daddy. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn.
I wonder if they love them.
Which one?
The sugar. I wonder if the women do love the sugar daddies.
I mean, some of them they seem fun and chill.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting thing for a man to just be like really into wanting to pay a woman. That's like a fetish for guys.
Yeah. That is a type of fetish.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Lee,
The best type of fetish.
would you?
Lee.
I mean, I'm broke, so
But if you had lots of money,
But Lee,
would you be a sugar-
100%. I could be into that.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
No,
But
for real.
okay, don't you think it's like kind of like a biological thing? Like women get turned on when men are providers.
Yeah.
In that sense.
Yeah.
So okay, so say this. Say you are a multimillionaire or whatever.
I feel like it's like a masculine thing
Yeah.
to like throw cash around.
So if you had a girl who wanted a sugar daddy, but you would do it. You'd be like, yeah, I'll pay for this. I'll pay for that. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. If I had that kind of expendable cash.
Would you want to be in a relationship, or would you be fine just like being a sugar daddy?
I think there's a bit of give and take in that situation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think I would need something. I would need something in return. I would need some kind of relationship in return.
What if it was just sucking and fucking?
That's what I mean.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if she only let you do nipple play?
Huh.
He's thinking about it.
You can do it.
Ladies.
Huh? Well, okay.
Had to ask.
Had to ask.
Glad I did.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
I wonder if all guys are like that though.
into nipple play or
No,
sugar
into
daddy?
no, into like if they had the money, would they just be sugar daddies?
I don't know, because like I feel like some men do. Okay, so like my brother, it's so funny talking to him about like.
Do you think your brother would be a sugar daddy?
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I would not do that.
Really?
We got to bleep his name. I just realized too. But yes,
Okay.
but yeah, he would not be into that at all because he is so old school, and it's so funny. He's like younger than us, but he's so old school in the sense like, no, I want a partnership. I want like he like really wants to have like the wife, the kids. Like doesn't want any like funny business.
But it's so funny because like as a guy who's like really traditional in that sense, who's like the man should be like the woman should be the housewife and the man should be making the money. You would think that he would be kind of into a sugar daddy situation where he could control all of that.
But see, it wouldn't be a proper relationship because it would purely be transactional.
Okay.
You can enjoy the one's company, but like she's trading certain things, he's trading money in a lifestyle,
Okay.
and it's transactional.
Yeah. Yeah, but to like be somebody who is just straight up into being a sugar daddy,
Because that's also an expiration date. He wants something that's like, okay, we are now buckled in, committed to one another.
Isn't everything transactional though?
That's a good argument.
Isn't even love between people transactional? The transaction is you give me your love as well.
Interesting.
right. But
Everything.
but on like more literal terms, it would be like
But there's not like monogamy
all
involved in a
interpersonal
sugar
relationships.
daddy situation.
that's true.
And that's not necessarily a relationship.
There could be if you come to that agreement.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Would
some
you
are.
want that?
Yeah.
You would want if you were a sugar daddy, you would want a monogamous sugar baby relationship.
At least pretend to be
Right.
Interesting. So out of sight, out of mind.
100%.
Ah.
Sorry for burping into the
Okay,
mic.
I have a question. Could you be polyamorous?
Oh.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
a
I
hard
get
one.
super jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I've always been one of those people who's like, I can do it. And then it comes down to it. I'm like, no, I fucking couldn't.
I tried it one time. Absolutely not. Especially with
So
my
hard.
fucking controlling ass. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
work on my shit. But like, in that, I was just like, it was
Yeah.
hard for me to have fun.
Yeah.
I feel like when like you're casually, that's not what poly is, but like, yeah, like when like you're casually dating other people, who cares? But like, yeah, when it's like, you know, a 3 to 4 to 5, whatever the fuck relationship.
I've also never been a good casual dater. I've never been somebody who's like, I can date, you know, this guy at this time and like nothing can be really serious. I'm somebody who meets somebody and I'm like, we're done. We're in. Like fucking tunnel vision.
If I don't really care about the person, then I'm like, okay, like I'll casually date. I don't care. But like, yeah, the second I kind of feel like I like you, maybe I kind of love bomb, but I'm like, all right, it's us.
Yeah.
Let's go. And it's like, oh, honey.
Big time. I start imagining kids right away. I'm like, could you be the baby daddy? Yes, no. Like, I'm fucking.
You're like, show me the bank account just for fun. And
I
let's.
am not a good casual dater. I meet people to fucking be in it.
Because we're all fucking intense. And you want to know what that translates
am.
to? Fun.
Uh-huh. Not
Lee's
a casual
crying.
dater.
Stop, Lee. Lee, come back to us.
Do you ever do that? Do you ever get into relationships and imagine having babies with them?
I mean, Honk, with the one I'm in now on the second date. I'm like, I don't want you dating anyone else. And then after 2 weeks, he's like, I could see myself marrying you. And I'm like, ah! It's like, okay.
That's the first thing I think about when I meet people. I'm like,
Damn.
could we?
Well, also, aren't you not on birth control? So like, it is something that you think about. You're like, all right. So
No, I'm not on birth control. I haven't been on birth control in so long.
knock, knock. It's the stork, sweetie.
I love that. I was also talking to my boyfriend about this. I was like, has every girl that you've dated like been convinced that they're infertile? And he was like, yeah, every woman thinks that they're not fertile. What is that?
Oh, I don't know about that.
You don't have that?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God. I feel like I hear it all the time where women are just like, I don't think I can get pregnant.
It is harder to get pregnant than people realize. But Lee, how many pregnancy scares have you ever had or been a part of, rather? 2.
2 pregnancies.
Really?
Oh, Lee is a father of 2.
No kids.
Oh.
So you're fertile.
Yeah, Lee
Lee's
is
not-
Lee
Lee's not
is out
shooting
here to
blanks.
breed. You are Genghis Khan.
Are you
up in
okay?
this
Do you want
bitch.
to? Are you okay to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You get abortions?
Yeah.
Abort
yeah.
dogs?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
One was really young, didn't know about it in high school.
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't tell me until after. And then one was in college, and it was chaotic.
Really?
Fuck.
Were you in a relationship?
Yeah, but it was a chaotic relationship. And yeah,
This
that
is
was actually
tea.
one of the worst fights was like with her. And it was like, yeah, in front of like all my roommates. Like we like tried to live together in college and like with like other roommates that were friends of mine. That did not work well. And then yeah, she got pregnant, and it was, pretty chaotic. But we went into the relationship with an agreement that like if that happened, you know, and by that time, it was a hard decision to make, but I mean, I think it worked out well
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Was she?
I hope it worked out well for her. I don't know. We kind of stayed together. We kind of stayed together off and on for another year or so after that.
If you got pregnant right now, what would you do?
I'd give it to you.
Would you get an abortion?
Like
or
Rumpelstiltskin.
would you get an abortion or would you keep it?
Right now, abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. You were just slapping your boyfriend outside of Jack in the Box the other day. Are you sure?
You're so jealous.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? Guess who's not ready for a kid? Slap happy over here.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta quell these demons.
What about you, Gabby?
I don't know. I think that if I got pregnant now, I would want to get an abortion. But then a part of me feels like if I'd found out that I was pregnant, I would be like, oh no, I cannot. But then I'm like, I look at my fucking where my career's at, and I'm like, I need my career to like, I need to be like really financially stable and like have the career that I want before I actually make that choice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I guess if I got pregnant, I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I fucking don't know what I would do.
Well, it's kind of hard because like you're getting old, like not old, but like you're like we're getting older.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
And people
yeah.
our age do it now. Like I know also like a lot of comics too who are like,
dude, over the quarantine, so
yeah, people
many
are having kids and they're like still making their careers work like in show business. I'm like, I mean, and my boyfriend basically like fucking he does well and he works like from home. So I'm like, oh, you can keep it and I'll just go do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go fucking run around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But then I get really nervous too. I'm like, what if something was wrong with it? And then I'm like not equipped to like deal with like a kid that I can't,
Adoption.
Sounds like you're ableist.
Yeah. No, because I'm just like not at the point where I don't know. I just, yeah. No.
Gabby's like,
And throw it away. Is it missing an arm? Bye-bye.
Fucking get this Quasimodo kid out of here.
Get it out of my face.
oh, I wish I had a little quasi.
Oh, you can have mine then.
Okay, we should swap.
I have a theory. Did I tell you about my theory about how I'm convinced that Cardi B's baby, there's something wrong with it, and that's why she won't release the name or pictures of it?
Yeah, you told me.
I didn't know she had a kid. So.
She had a son. And she will
son.
not release pictures or his name, and I'm convinced that like something is wrong with the kid. I also watched this thing yesterday of Nick Cannon, who's like 2-month-old son just died. So sad.
Oh my God. That's
See
really
that.
sad.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
He had like a brain swell or something. Anyway, okay, we ready to move on?
Yep.
All right, cool. So I want to preface this whole story by saying I am not proud of this moment in my life, but this little bitch deserved it.
Been there, girl.
Whew, here we go. Back in high school, there was this girl who had a pretty bad reputation. There's always one. One rumor about her was that she sucked a dog's dick. I highly doubt it was true, but I guess anything is possible. Pause real quick. I love how there's always that rumor about somebody.
Every high school.
Yeah.
Every high school. At mine, it was a guy that fucked a German Shepherd on camera.
Yeah, there's always that. Oh, this girl's out sucking dogs' dicks behind dumpsters. And it's like this 14-year-old girl. And you're like, I don't.
But you know one of them did. Like.
There's always this. God, there's always. It's so funny. People kids will start anything.
Any fucking rumor.
Oh my God.
Savagery.
But there's also a reason why somebody gets that said about them.
Yes.
Is there though?
Yes, Gabby.
Because they're weird. You fucking weirdos.
Yeah, okay. But how do you give off?
They're weird.
How do you give off dog dick sucking energy though?
And what did you do? You did something to deserve that.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what she did. Okay, anyway, she'd done me dirty a few times. She'd done my close friends dirty a few times, and this girl really just needed her ass beat. I can't say much more, because I honestly wouldn't be surprised if she listens to this podcast. All right. Hell yeah. And if she does, this is a reminder that you were a piece of shit in high school, you dog dick sucking bitch. Okay. My friends and I had been talking about jumping her a few times, but nothing truly came of it until one day. Fuck. She had done some really fucked up shit to a friend of ours the previous night, and we decided today, April Fool's Day, was the day to do it. So the four of us got in the biggest, baggiest clothes we could find, grabbed some bandanas and ski masks to cover up our face, and headed over to where we knew she was. This is gnarly.
You guys are some fucking freaks.
This is fucking what is it? What was the movie with James Franco? Fucking where all the girls wear ski masks? Spring Breakers.
Yeah.
It's giving Spring Breakers. Okay, so you're wearing ski masks, headed over to where we knew she was. This is so bold. A different friend of mine was with her at someone's house. A different friend of mine was with her at someone's house and helped us set up the whole thing.
Ew. Jesus.
Pretty fucked up on his end, because I'm pretty sure they were banging at the time. Dang. So he ratted on her and he was fucking her.
Wow.
We parked. It's so savage. That means she had bad pussy too.
I want to know what she did.
I know, I do too. We parked a couple of streets over and headed to the house. This house was a house that regularly had shithead kids drinking, smoking, and doing drugs there, and this day was no different. Where were the parents of these kids, by the way?
Out doing the same thing.
Right? Because I was partying with kids like this too when I was 16, and it's where were the parents when we were all getting fucked up?
Yeah. Well, my mom would bust into a party I was at and take me out, or
I remember being 15 years old, getting fucked up over at this kid. I'll beep his name out. Let's call him Jason's house. And I remember just getting fucked up over there with all these skater kids and sucking his dick in the bathroom. I'm 15. Where the fuck were the parents? Why am I sucking some kid's dick when I'm 15 in his bathroom?
I don't know, I was lying my ass off to mine.
I was lying. I would come home drunk and they'd get mad, and I'm next weekend, what am I doing? The same damn thing.
Yeah.
Sucking dick.
Kids are gonna just find a way to rebel.
Yeah,
and the more strict you try and be, the harder they're gonna go.
Yeah. Okay. So this day was no different.
Leave my mom out of this.
I'm not sure how they did it, but somehow they got her to stay inside of one of the bedrooms by herself while everyone else was hanging out there, stood out front. That's wild. So they just lock this bitch in a bedroom and they're like, hey, stay here. We have a surprise for you. She's probably in the bedroom oh my God, what's going to happen? They're going to surprise me. But everybody left the house and was standing outside. And this girl's just in a bedroom by herself.
Oh my fucking God.
Sucking the dog's dick.
Now I believe it.
Yeah, now I believe it too. Now this house is down a long driveway and it sits at the end. We started walking down the driveway and we must have looked pretty good because the guys there all thought we were guys coming to fuck them up, LOL. I think I quickly lifted my ski mask to let them know who it was. I just remember walking up to the house and none of us talking. Everyone was silent and there was really loud music. This sounds like a fucking movie.
This does.
This is so gnarly.
Fuck.
I think it was Hood N-Words by Gorilla Zoe playing. The four of us only spoke to each other in hand signals. Okay,
what the fuck is this?
I know, fucking gangster ass shit.
I bet you fucked the dog too. God.
What the fuck?
You're intimidating and honestly bizarre, but go off. Okay.
No, she sounds lit.
Yeah.
We walked into the house and lined up. Okay. You guys are throwing up hand signals. We walked into the house and all lined up in the hallway outside of the bedroom she was in. That's so gnarly. I don't remember which number I was in line, but I remember someone pushed into me from behind. So therefore, I pushed into the person in front of me and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's like little dominoes. Until the front person started walking into the bedroom with a towel to cover the girl's face so she couldn't see. Oh, wow. Looking back, this is so fucking terrible. What the fuck? I love that also you're like typing this out and you're having fun and then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, because I feel like the tone has changed like
fuck.
Fuck
me, huh?
And that's on self-reflection.
She thought that we were her friends playing an April Fool's joke on her until we obviously all started wailing on her. Sound familiar?
Yeah, Gabby, it does. See you at the beach.
Should have called you up.
Okay.
Started wailing on her. Yeah. I remember it was really quick and she was on a couch curled up in the fetal position. We must have only been in there maybe 20 seconds when all of a sudden I felt a shoulder as leverage to jump up in the air and kick this girl in the head. So this person played fucking leapfrog to just
this
drop
is
kick
wild.
This bitch. I know it sounds like a fucking fight movie.
Yeah, it honestly does.
Girl,
turn this into a script because
turn this into a script. I'm saying this is a good scene.
Yeah, this is really fucking good.
This is a fucking good scene, girl. Okay. So you're drop kicking this bitch. Somebody leapfrogs over you. It's all playing slow motion in my head. After that, it dawned on me what we were doing. And I knew we needed to get out of there before somebody called the police. So we did exactly that. We ran out as fast as we could, up the long driveway, down the street, and to the truck. I'll never forget the adrenaline running through my body. We ended up meeting up with all the guys from the house later on and talking about it, and they told us how she reacted after we'd left. I guess all the guys were pretty worried about the cops showing up and left the house too. So you just leave this girl there. We decided to hide out for the rest of the night. And that was the end of it. I didn't feel bad or any remorse really until I became an adult and really looked back on the situation. It actually took a lot of courage for me to even write this today because like I said, it's definitely not something I'm proud of. But kids are stupid and I was one of them. Thanks for listening to my story. Love you guys.
Love you, girl.
Love you, girl. That is gnarly. But I also loved like the self-reflection at the end.
That is so important. And I totally get feeling so embarrassed because it's so interesting. It's like you feel so in the right when you're like, especially with like, I get that like with like the blind rage, it's like, and the adrenaline rush, it gets kind of like addicting to carry out these like fucked up things. And it's like kind of fun when you get like your friends involved.
Yeah. And you're a teenager too. So it's like, you're not even really thinking because your brain isn't like fully formed.
And you're so self-righteous as a teen.
You are. And you guys get that like mob mentality where you're all like, yeah, fuck this bitch. And you're all like,
but it's also like,
kick her ass.
Look what she, like, you know, she's probably going through something demented, which is making her act like that. I just feel like you, develop more empathy the older you get.
Yeah, because as teenagers, you don't really have empathy for other kids that are going through shit. You're just like, no, fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a gnarly story.
Good for you for the self-reflection.
Yeah, self-reflection's hot.
Yeah.
But damn, I wonder... That's so fucking... I love it. Somebody just drop kick this bitch in the face. Well...
One positive takeaway, you do sound like a good friend. Like if someone messed with you, like
you have their back, bitch.
Yeah.
Dang.
Wow.
She's a ride or die friend, huh? She rides for her girls.
And for animals.
And for animals, yeah. This really all started...
sucking dogs' dicks.
This all started for animal abuse. And I'm down for that.
Yeah, I really stand behind that.
You do get your fucking ass kicked if you are an animal
Because
abuser.
animals can't consent, so don't fuck them.
So don't suck their dick.
Don't suck their fucking dick.
Fuck.
You pervert.
Actually, you know what? Don't regret it.
Yeah, go back there. Run it
Go
back.
back there. Run it back. Oh, fuck me. Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was I think my favorite.
That was a movie scene.
You should, yeah.
Turn that into
Or
a
like
scene,
sell
bitch.
the rights or something. Like pitch it to A24 because that was really good.
Mm-hmm. I
They'd buy
smell the
that.
spring breakers too.
Knock, knock.
Okay, we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
So back in my active addiction, I also worked as a stripper. One of the girls who worked at my club was dating one of my drug dealers who was a huge piece of shit. I guess she felt threatened by me buying drugs from her mans because one night at work, she started an argument with me out of the blue, which got physical and led to immediately getting fired. I returned to the dressing room and was doing my makeup with my back to the door. She ran in with her heel in her hand and whacked me in the back of the head with it.
You could die.
Yeah, holy shit. Someone called the cops on her and she ran out and left. I had to get staples in the back of my head, and the hospital told me if she would have hit me like an inch lower where my spine began, I could have been paralyzed or killed. She got charged with attempted murder since she used her heel, which the cops considered a deadly weapon. Anywho, this was like 10 years ago, and I ended up getting clean shortly after that. I now have multiple years of recovery and don't strip anymore, and I'm about to start grad school next year.
Good for you.
P.S. Gabby, you're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, yes, honey.
I got mines. That's so gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
That is so gnarly.
That's wild.
Ow.
I know.
Owie.
That's some like horror movie shit. To like with your back to the door, she comes in and just wails on you. Fuck.
I know. With a fucking heel.
Jesus.
All right. Well, that's a cute one. We got another cute little one.
That's on getting your rage under control.
And that's on grad school. What are you studying now?
Yeah. Tell us. Smart girl. We love you, girl.
Okay. Okay, so this isn't a story about a crazy or fun fight. It's more about a big regret involving a fight. Love that. A fight's a fight, baby. I was living with someone, and her friend was going to be in town, so she set up a threesome. Okay. She asked me if I was down, and I definitely was because I knew her friend, and I had been secretly wanting to hook up with her too. Okay.
Okay.
Hot.
Yummy, yummy, cummy tummy.
The friend decided she was down to hook up with us as well. So she also agreed. Okay, everything sounds real good. Anyway, a few weeks later, my girlfriend and I get into a huge fight during a big weekend full of partying, and it was totally my fault because I was drunk as fuck. It was kind of awkward for the next day or two, then things went back to normal and we were in love again. It wasn't even until a couple more days afterwards that I realized I fucked up and got us into that big fight the weekend the threesome was supposed to happen. My dumbass forgot and picked the worst time to pick a dumbass fight over some dumbass shit I don't even remember about. Oh, okay. So you just didn't get to fuck this girl because you started a fight with your girlfriend when you were drunk.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No sympathy for you.
No
King.
sympathy. Yeah.
I was giving you dead eyes because your story didn't move me. Oh.
Okay.
Do one more.
This is a long one.
Fuck it. It's whatever. It's our show. We can do
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
we want.
All right. Oh boy, where do you want to start? I have a few good stories, but I'll just give you my favorites. Haha. So this isn't really a fight, but it was a close call.
Wait, pause. I love when people go, ha ha.
I did too. It's so funny.
Ha ha.
Ha ha
It's like,
ha ha.
scary.
Yeah. Years ago, I was at a bar with my husband and a couple of friends that were lesbians. It was super nice. It was a super nice night, and we were socializing outside in the smoking area. My husband had run into some high school pals and was talking to them. I turned to my friends and noticed some puts wearing too much hair gel and a rhinestone adorned button down shirt was talking to them.
The word is putts.
Putts.
Puts.
I kind of
Who
like
says putts?
Putts. It's a Jewish word.
English thing, yeah.
Yeah, so
Or
I wouldn't
like
go hard
East
at that, Gabby.
Coast, yeah.
Yeah, putts.
Yeah, putts, yeah.
Huh. Okay, I am not being anti-Semitic. I just didn't know.
And that's on educating yourself.
It really is. Okay. I could tell. Okay. What's funny, Lee?
What if Lee said, ha ha?
Ha ha.
We should start laughing like that. Ha ha.
Okay, when we think something's funny, let's just all go ha ha
Ha.
ha ha ha
Dead eyes.
ha ha.
Ha.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, he was talking to them through the fenced area. He obviously spent a lot of time in his appearance, and I was being judgy as fuck. I mean, honestly, that does sound like a nightmare of an outfit. Like,
Yeah.
don't wear that. Come on.
Like, next.
I know. I could tell he wanted some lesbian action. Ew.
They always
But neither
do.
they always do. But do you remember? Okay, quick aside. When I was in high school, guys would wear shirts that say "I love lesbians," and
Not in my high school.
that was in my high school. I love lesbians.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
What kinds of lesbians, though? Are we talking about like the Ellen DeGeneres types of lesbians?
Are we talking about lift your car up with one hand?
Yeah. Are we talking about what's her name that did the special? The British woman?
Oh, Hannah Gatsby.
Are we talking about Hannah Gatsby? Okay, anyway. Yeah.
Good day, mate.
Yeah.
That was Australian.
It sure was. Okay.
Wait, what was the outfit? I missed the outfit.
Okay, yeah, I'll go back. Noticed some putts wearing too much hair gel and a rhinestone adorned button-down shirt and was talking to them through the fenced area. So it's giving like Ed Hardy. He obviously spent a lot of time on his appearance, and I was being judgy as fuck. I could tell he wanted some lesbian action, but neither of the girls had ever been with a man, nor were they interested in trying. I decided to rescue them from this arrogant dork. We exchanged words, and I linked arms with the girls and told dude to have a nice night. The douche wasn't ready to stop talking and tried to convince me to stay there. When I laughed and continued walking away with my friends, he reached through the fence and grabbed me by the ponytail hard.
Oh.
I stopped walking and was ready to lose my shit. Before I could react, my husband was next to me. He yelled, "Hey, motherfucker! That's my wife!" and grabbed the stranger by the arm. This is all through a fence. At the time, my lesbian friends yelled, "Hey, let go of her, asshole," and swatted the dude's hand off of my hair. I was livid. This guy thought he could touch me at all, but started panicking, thinking my husband was going to get arrested for getting into a bar fight with this idiot. So I did what I thought would diffuse the situation. I took a deep breath, summoned up my courage, and hawked a big, meaty loogie over the 6-foot fence. I was a smoker, and that gross lung butter landed all over Sparkly's shirt's perfectly coiffed head.
Oh.
Everyone froze and stared in disbelief. No one knew what to do. So I picked up my hair tie, linked arms with the girls, and walked away. The dude just stood there in shock with my loogie all in his hair. Crisis averted. I think I won.
Yes.
Also, the range of spitting.
Yeah, honey.
How the fuck?
Wow, lung butter.
Ew, that's so nasty.
And then you and the girls went and munched in the bathroom.
Yeah, you did. Come
And
on, girlies.
Victorious. Wow.
That is gnarly. Ew, it's all in his hair. It's so fucking gross. Okay.
Ew.
We have one more, and this is the same person. Okay. Here's a real fight. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was really good.
Over a decade ago, my sister lived with my husband and I. When we were both under 5'2". You and your husband?
Sister.
We were both under 5'2" and weighed about 100 pounds and had nasty tempers. In those days, my sis was a selfish bitch and a messy drunk. I was already sick of her irresponsibility, disrespect, and massive sense of entitlement. She had a small dog that was always digging in the trash and making herself sick. The dog got explosive diarrhea one weekend. My husband and I were sick of these situations happening and constantly having to do her errands and use our money to fix her problems. We told her she needed to do something about her dog.
Suck its dick.
Yes. Yeah. Call back. Suck its dick. But she went out drinking all weekend instead. Well, this girl sounds like she would be a good partner for Mr. Fence Hopper Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Link them up.
Well, I came home after a 12-hour shift to find that she had tossed her dog in a large crate with my 2 dogs. Her dog hosed the crate and subsequently my dogs with liquid shit. I was pissed because my sister still hadn't taken care of her sick dog or any of her responsibilities. That's so whack, dude. I called her and told her to get some Imodium and a roll of quarters on her way home from work. All we wanted her to do was take care of one of her problems. I was bathing the shit-smeared dogs in the tub while my husband was cleaning the crate and running the shitty towels and blankets to the apartment's laundromat. My sister got home without the Imodium or What is that word? Imodium?
It's Imodium. Yeah,
Imodium.
What is that?
It's medicine. It's over the counter medicine to treat diarrhea.
Okay, Diarrhea King.
Okay.
Someone's got diarrhea today. Okay. My sister got home with Imodium or quarters. My sister got home without the Imodium or quarters. She made some.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Like,
I'm sorry I called you Diarrhea King, Lee.
better than a diarrhea peasant.
Yeah.
I'll be your diarrhea king.
Would you wait, Lee? Would you rather have diarrhea for the rest of your life every single day, or suck a dog's dick?
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, 100%.
Really?
Diarrhea,
What would you do?
be nice and skinny?
Yeah, you'd be nice and skinny.
Yeah.
Here's
But what
the
if
thing.
every time you had what if every time you had diarrhea, it was only during sex?
Oh.
So you have to suck a dog's dick or
one time,
and
not to, wait, to completion.
to completion.
To completion.
Or every time you have sex, you have diarrhea.
Lee.
I'm sucking that dog's dick.
What about you? Sick.
What kind of dog?
German Shepherd.
That's hot. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
What kind of dog wouldn't?
Those
chew?
are
Yeah.
hot dogs.
Chihuahua. I don't respect them. What about
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with the dog's dick.
Oh.
Yeah. Fuck. There's a lot of dogs.
And that's on doggy style.
Yeah. It is. Okay. Back to reality.
We just astral projected.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so your sister gets home without the diarrhea medication or quarters. She made some snarky comments and started heading to her room with a bottle of rum.
Okay,
Fuck, dude.
rum.
I know. An argument ensued between us. She blamed me for her nasty dog being sick and shitting everywhere. This girl needs AA. Somehow she believed that was my responsibility because she didn't have a car. We lived in the city. Walgreens was 2 blocks away. It was bullshit. She began blaming my husband and I for everything wrong in her life, when all we wanted her to do was pay her share of rent, utilities on time, and take care of her own shit. Clean up after herself and her dog. I was tired and pissed. It became a yelling match between my sister and I. My husband stepped in and told her this was her fault and her responsibility to deal with. Sister started yelling and demeaning shit and said shit that absolutely shouldn't have been said. I gave her several warnings to back off my husband. What her problems were with me. Instead of listening to the warnings, she told him he wasn't even real family and to stay out of it, and shoved him. He turned to walk away and she punched him in the back.
Every fight is just
every fight. I can't.
It's giving Jack
But can
in
I
the
say
Box.
something?
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's giving slapbox. I
slap in the box.
I've
Yeah,
never
it
been let me fact check really quick. Yeah, I've never been physical with another girl. It's only been like 3 guys.
Yeah, you do want to fight. I get that. The urge to just fucking
Annihilate wail on
men.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no. I went ballistic, yelling, pointing my finger at her, and backing her away from my mans. She was screaming, being her normal, ruthless cunt self. She sat on the couch and told me to get my finger out of her face. Oof. I told her she needed to grow the fuck up and stop being an entitled bitch. Out of nowhere, she kicked me in my motherfucking forehead.
Yeah, so she's
head.
A lot of headshots.
She fucking okay. So she dropped.
I usually stay away from the head. That's just me, but I'm
Okay.
learning a lot from my queens. Okay.
Yeah. So she kicks you in your forehead. Ah, shit. That did it for me. I threw a right hook, and it was on from there. She had my hair and was clawing around my eyes. Oof. So I grabbed her by her hair and started punching her in the face. I had her down on the couch, and my husband tried to separate us. He picked me up, and it sounded like Velcro tearing. My sister still had her hand wrapped around my hair and was clawing at my eyes. There was no way I was letting go of her till she let mine go first. He couldn't hold on to me, so as soon as he let me go, the fight continued on the other side of the room. I knocked her down, got on top of her, and started wailing on her face with my fists.
Oh my God.
She was still cussing and clawing when I knocked her the fuck out. Holy shit.
Girl, you need Al-Anon and she needs AA.
Snoring and everything. Down goes Frasier.
Okay, not adding that.
Yeah.
There's a catchphrase.
Yeah, down goes Fraser.
That's how the cookie crumbled.
Down goes Fraser. You don't know that? Like,
No.
it's
No,
a
honey.
boxer. Fraser was like a boxer, and it's like it's a common phrase. It's
Oh,
down goes
really?
Fraser, yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
Well,
So
honey,
she
that's
pays
on getting us
attention.
cultured in here.
Mm-hmm. I was so pissed off that I socked her once more in the side of the head.
Jesus.
That somehow woke her up and launched.
You did it.
You knock her out. Hold on. This is exactly like the fucking drunk guy. Like they knock him out and she's like, okay, he's done. And then he wakes back up.
Yes.
Okay, so you woke her up after that. She's resurrected. That somehow woke her up and she launched back at me. I ended up punching and kicking her till she finally just gave up and went to her room.
I mean,
After
good
all
on
that,
her.
she's just like, okay.
Yes, Gabby, of course. You got to know when to take an L.
The fight was over and we kind of made amends. How?
Well, because they're probably so tired.
We worked for
mentally and physically.
Jesus Christ, dude. We work for the same business, so we ended up having to go to our company Christmas party the next night.
Not looking like hamburger meat in the face.
Her face was covered in lumps and bruises. I had to cover my scratches with hair, makeup, and my prescription glasses. That was our very last physical fight. We've both grown up a lot now that we're in our 30s. We're best friends, and I'm pretty proud of the person she's become. She's a lot more self-reliant these days, and whenever she does piss me off, I just picture knocking her ass the fuck out. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed.
Girl, we did enjoy. Thank you.
We did indeed enjoy.
I feel like that's, oh God. Well, sibling fights are so fucking intense. We've talked about that on here,
Dude,
but
so intense.
they're so fucking intense. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, because I feel like when you have siblings, you guys do get physical. Like I have half brothers that were so much older than me that like we didn't really interact.
You and I picked my brother up from the airport one time and he had a horrible flight. I was pissed off for like something else. You're tired. We pick him up. He kind of starts bickering with me. And because he's like my sibling, he knows like how to like, you know, he knows how to get at me. We get so pissed off. And then I like just like leaned the seat back, and Gabby's car is so small. And I just like leaned the seat back to kind of like piss him off. He like wanted me to give him his keys and I was being petty, whatever. And then he just starts like wailing on me. And I was like, and he's so much stronger than me. I just like, I knew my I'm like, all right. Tap me out. Okay.
Yo, that was so gnarly. And I'm just driving and you guys are screaming at each other.
He starts hitting you?
Oh yeah, he hit me. Yeah. And he's like very strong. But it's like in his mind.
But you're older. So like
I'm older and I am like a viper with my
I'm
words.
just up there being like, you guys, and you guys.
You're like our third sibling too. It's so because like we're all so us three are so close. And so because Eli and I would never usually do that in front of another person. But like since you're like our third sibling, we're like, all right, welcome to fight night. And then I don't dare hit him back though because
see, my sister is 5 years younger than I am, so she never. I don't know. We weren't even that close enough to fight. But we would. I don't know. I would just make her cry, and then she would storm away. But
I wish that was what we're like. Oh, not only is it, so it's like that. And then one of us comes back like, why, yada. And then like, and I used to be able to take my brother down and like tickle fight him or whatever. Like, cause I've been like 5, almost 7 for like a long time.
Yeah.
But then like my brother just like grew past me, like doubled his weight. And I was like, oh, it looks like no more physical fights for me, please.
Yeah.
Tickle fighting somebody would be honestly really horrific.
Horrific.
Because you could die. I mean, you could die from a physical fight too. But from
that's
tickling,
crazy.
You
like
hyperventilate because you can't like.
Yeah, you can't breathe. Oh God, I was a monster.
Being tickled is a nightmare.
I hate it.
I do too.
Yeah.
But with that girl, like knocking her sister out again, then waking her up, but like you could have killed your sister, dude. That's crazy.
She's just fucking snoring, and then you hit her again. And she's like, "What's up, bitch?" What the fuck? Yeah, just fucking God.
That's wild.
I remember where we left off.
And then your husband's in the corner like, my girls.
Yeah.
Love my girls.
Jesus Christ. Well, it's good to hear that you guys are better now.
Yeah. It's also, I mean, good for me to hear this because like, you know, everyone's physical fighting sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
We all have those lows.
So should we get into advice?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like you guys got some good ones.
We did get a lot.
Yes.
You want to start or you want me to start?
I want to start.
Okay, go.
I hooked up with my friend's uncle. How do I tell her? with an edible arrangement.
Yeah.
And say, I hope you find this edible arrangement as yummy as I found your uncle on that sweet, sweet night.
Or send her give her a card that says, I love my cousin. Give her a card that says, I love my cousin.
Yeah. Or did you guys take like a picture or something? Like maybe like put that on a cake?
Yeah.
I really believe in like giving bad news with something yummy.
Photoshop yourself into a family picture and say, knock, knock.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Love your new cuz.
Mm-hmm. Love your new cuz. Knock, knock. Love cuzzo.
Do you feel like you have to tell her? What would you want your friend to tell you if they hooked up with your Uncle Rick?
If you hooked up with my Uncle Rick, I would say, were you drunk? I would have to know how it was. And then I would just be like, do you need any help?
Right.
Because that would be a louder cry for help. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be like, that's my family. I would be like, girl, that's my family. And you wanted, out of all my family, you wanted that one?
Would you be mad, like, with your friend? I guess it just depends on your relationship with your friend. Like, would she be mad at this?
Because you didn't say best friend. You just said friend.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to tell. But if you want to tell, it's the holidays. You want to kind of stir up some drama. Do it in like a creative way. Don't just like be boring and just tell.
I feel like you could, though. I feel like you would just call her and be like, can I talk to you? I hooked up with your uncle and I don't know.
I guess.
What's the relation? It's just, what's the relationship with this
Are you on
friend?
Facebook? Change your relationship status to the uncle and then send her a screenshot.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Guess who? And then, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to trade off?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting over cringeworthy moments of your past. How can I stop caring about dumb stuff I did? Let it go. You just realize, like, oh, that's just something that I
You're
went through.
human. We've all done dumb stuff.
And also, I do feel like talking about things helps it remove the weight of like humility. Like once you're able to laugh at it and be like, fuck, I did this really embarrassing thing that I hate. Can I talk to you about it? It gives like the thing less power.
You take the power back by apologizing. If like you need to make amends, you do that. Or if you need to talk about it in therapy, or kind of just like forgive yourself. I think forgiveness and accountability is how you get over that.
And even if it's like not something, because if it's just cringeworthy, like it's something that's like embarrassing that you did, even better. You can just like talk to your friends about it, and if they judge you, fuck them. But like
everyone's so self-involved. If you did something embarrassing, like no one's thinking about it. And if they are, then that's more of a reflection on them than it is on you.
I think talking about shit that you've been through really does help take the weight off of it. So talk about it. How do you stop caring about dumb stuff? You just fucking, it doesn't matter anymore because like that, it doesn't matter. Like what matters is right now and all you have is right now. So it's like, you know, I have moments that I look back and they like physically make my body like
so tense and so uncomfortable.
Like, yeah. And I'm like, I can't believe I did that. But it's like, what are you going to do? Like you did it. It happened. Talk about it, laugh about it, move on.
Mm-hmm.
That's it really. I think that's pretty.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. You want to go?
My mom keeps looking at my boyfriend's dick when he wears sweatpants and it creeps me out. What do I do?
How big's his dick?
Is it embarrassing or like is it creeping you out because you're like, Mom, my boyfriend's dick is small, like don't look at that? Or is it because you're possessive over your man? I could see both. I personally think you should look at your dad's dick too.
That's really good advice.
Thank you.
That's really good.
So kind of like make her jealous?
Yeah. And like go up to your mom and be like, should we have a contest? Like tell dad to put on sweatpants and then like my man can stand next to him.
Out creep your mom out. Go, whose dick do you think's bigger, mommy?
Yeah. I see you looking at my man's mommy.
You like my boyfriend's meat, mommy?
That is really weird. That's weird.
Really fucking weird. And you probably have one of those narcissistic moms that like can't handle that like you're young and like and hot, and so she's like getting kind of like competitive, but like
what if that isn't the truth at all?
Yeah, like her mom's just some old bag like, oh yeah.
She has a wandering eye. She literally has a wandering eye.
Then tell your boyfriend to like maybe stop wearing sweatpants.
Yeah. Why is he?
Also, why is he always wearing sweatpants? What are you, unemployed? You know what this is giving? Cheeto fingers.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Dump him too. Unemployed, Cheeto stained finger, pussy ass.
Yeah, I would say tell your boyfriend and be like, would you say tell your boyfriend?
wear pants.
I would say, hey, you know what? Also, if your dick outline is like swinging around, because maybe the mom can't help it. Because maybe if he has a fucking trunk down there, then she's probably like, "Oi, there's that, you know."
Yeah, or does like every time he walks in, your mom's like, oh.
She's like, damn. But it's like, okay, then like tell him to put that trunk away. Sweetie.
Tell him to wear pants. That's the advice.
Yeah.
All right. How do I get my mom to stop drinking? You don't.
You can't.
You have to go to Al-Anon.
You do have to go to Al-Anon.
What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, you can't control other people.
You can't control other people.
She's gonna if she's gonna stop, she'll stop for reasons that are that approach her. She won't. You can't do anything about it.
Do you think it's worth it to tell somebody who has a drinking problem or that who whatever?
You can stage an intervention.
Do you think it's beneficial to be like, hey, your drinking makes me uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Do you think it's worth it to say something like that?
I'm not an alcoholic, but I definitely think it. I definitely think it is. Like,
yeah.
Not one-on-one.
Really?
Yeah. No. It has to be formal and set up and get somebody to help mediate. There has to be some formality to it. When you approach it one-on-one, it comes off as very it can come off as very like, me versus you, kind of aggressive. Like this is, and then you both kind of, the conversation can devolve into like, you're doing this and really finger pointy.
Right.
And so like, if you set the situation up to be formal and for people, write down your feelings, don't just go really think it through and put some effort into setting up a proper situation.
Yeah.
I think that can be beneficial.
Because if you do confront it with just being like, you drink too much, like the alcoholic gets defensive and like doesn't hear you.
That's finger point. You drink too much.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Stay away from the you and talk about how it affects
makes you feel
yourself.
Right. I'm so guilty of like trying to like, especially like growing up, trying to like make my parents stop, or like I always attract people that drink a lot, and so then like I'm like, like let me control you, and it's like, honey, you can't.
Yeah.
And stay tuned, because in the coming weeks, Harper's going to have a lot more to say about this.
Yeah, it's true.
I am getting Al-Anon.
The alcoholics and the Al-Anon over here.
A happy family, girl.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. How
How do I stop lying to everyone I date?
That one's for you.
Honey, that one's for you as well. Here's the thing. How do you stop lying? I think you need to get comfortable with yourself. You need to focus on what are you lying about? Are you lying about something addiction related? Are you lying about personal details? Because it could be from you feeling insecure.
Yeah. Get
your self-esteem up.
I feel like lying is also very fear-based. You lie because you don't feel like you are good enough. Or you're afraid that you're going to lose something, or so you have to get to the root of your fear and be like, figure out why it is that you lie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it to impress people? Yeah, so that has to do with like fear and self-esteem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
and then also just don't lie.
Also call yourself out, because I honestly like, you have to call yourself out when you start to feel like a little, like either you're pulling away or you're being dishonest. Catch yourself and go, you know what? I just lied about that. I'm sorry. Just own up.
Ooh, here's a good one.
Okay.
How do I stop being mad at my sister for sleeping with my boyfriend?
Fuck. I am not healed enough to honestly answer that.
Also, it's really hard. Like, and you're still with the guy.
So you're still with him and she slept. That is, honestly, that's true. I'm not even trying to be funny, but that literally is triggering my fucking rage. I don't know how to help you, girl, because I'm like, get her outside of Jack in the Box and show her what's good. That's where you go full Jack in the Box.
Okay, we have to keep the term going full Jack in the Box. That's so fucking funny. Harper's going full Jack in the Box.
I literally
so funny.
For this one, how do you forgive her? You call me, you DM me the address, and I tell her to meet me outside of fucking Jack in the Box, and then I fucking handle it for you. That Fuck.
That's really hard.
Because that's your sister. That's not your friend. That is your family.
Therapy. You go to fucking therapy.
You do go to therapy.
You somehow try to figure out how to have a
Maybe
conversation.
you go to therapy with her.
I was going to say, yeah.
Because she's obviously fucked up for doing that.
Yeah,
Oop,
she
okay, see, I
is.
can't even be nice about it because I'm so angry at her for you. But when you realize how to figure out how to forgive her, DM me because I will need closure on this now.
I know.
Triggered, bitch.
Okay, are you ready?
God.
Wow.
Literally. And that's why I got to get in 12 step because I got that anger. Okay.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay, this one is kind of for you. And maybe Lee, I don't know. How to fart in front of my boyfriend for the first time.
Do it. You just let it go.
I'm 3 months in and I still haven't. I cannot.
I fucking let him rip, dude. I didn't though.
You shit yourself in front of him.
I started
it's
shitting.
Shit play.
It is. I started shitting with the door open in front of my boyfriend, and I remember the first 4 months of our relationship, I didn't. I would be bummed out thinking about going to his house because I knew that I would have to hold in my farts the whole night, and I would leave his house in physical pain because I was so stuffed.
That's right. That's where I'm at.
My farts were just so inside of me, and as soon as I would step out of his apartment, I would just fucking
let it rip.
Fart. And now I don't. Now I don't know how I did it, but I just told him, hey,
do you remember the first time?
I don't. But now it's I do it. And now when I have to fart in front of my boyfriend, I literally run towards him and fart on him rather than try to keep it away from him.
Yeah.
If I feel one coming, I will. If I'm in the living room and he's in his room, I will run from the living room into his room and fart on him.
Wow. Okay, so basically
just do it.
Face it head on.
Face it head on and go big. Go big or
if
go
you shart,
home.
even cuter.
Even cuter.
Because it's just the squirt from the back.
Yeah, it is. And that's our motto.
I personally can't do it, but for you, I really hope you can.
A lot of people can't, but I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed.
You don't feel like it ruins the sexual intimacy?
No, and I asked Shane that too, and he was like, no. And I was like, huh.
He said
for guys, it's not going to. And
really?
Yeah. A guy will never think about you farting while you're having sex.
I feel like some guys would be like, ew, I would never want my girlfriend to fart in front of me.
We have a friend that's
grow the fuck up.
Really?
Grow up.
Yeah.
Truly.
Okay.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he's a real one.
If he is a real one, he will grow the fuck up.
Okay. Well, girl, then I guess I'm trying it too. Okay. This one says they need advice on getting their husband to be more sexual more often.
Oh.
I mean, I guess simply communicate.
He also might have a low sex drive.
Yeah.
And you do need to communicate about that and be like, what? Yeah, you have to have a talk about it. Because there are men that do have low sex drives, and if he's on medication, that could play into it.
Or if he has a mental illness.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, I dated someone with OCD, and we didn't have sex for 9 months.
Yeah.
So I totally get being frustrated and wanting to.
Yeah. Communicate about it.
Get out of your patterns. You could be stuck in a rut. You could be stuck in your daily lives. Go on a date that you wouldn't necessarily go on. Get out of your daily patterns and into something new and fresh and exciting, and that can bleed over into your sex life.
Patterns. Also, don't approach it with you're not fucking me, what's going on? Don't approach it like that, because sex is supposed to be fun and vulnerable, and if you approach it from an angry or
that's putting pressure on him too.
Yeah,
that's not hot.
You know what you should fucking do is watch Love, Sex, and Goop on Netflix. I just did that. That shit's so good, because also the thing that you learn about sex is that it's not just about penetration, and we're all just so accustomed to be all right, we just gotta we gotta fuck and it's gotta be good or it's not. And it's so much more about the lead up and how people are sexual. You could be really into touch, or it doesn't have to just be about straight up penetration. So you have to kind of figure out what each other's sexual language is.
I honestly think it is the best thing to watch it with your partner. But if maybe you don't feel comfortable, I don't know. But
it's really good. Love, Sex, and Goop.
Love, Sex, and Goop. It is so good. They have several sex therapists working with other couples. And you might just not be you guys might not be understanding y'all's love language, your sexual love language.
It's true. It's true. Let's listen to some Esther Perel. She's a really good sex therapist.
Yeah, she goes off.
How do you seriously dust off all the hurtful things people say and not internalize it?
Read the 4 agreements.
Read the 4 agreements. Nothing is personal. Realize that every time somebody says shit mean to you, it's because they're coming from a place of their own pain, even if it seems, because people direct shit at me all the time where they're like, you're not funny. You fucking, like, people come for like the way that I look, the way that I am, and it's like people are pretty mean on social media to me. But then I'm like, you guys don't know me, and if you did, I doubt you would say those things.
Also in real life, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But yeah, just not take anything personally. Just like derive your self-worth not from what others are saying. Make sure you have like a strong support base, and also take accountability for your own actions. Like,
and be forgiving that you do get your feelings hurt. It's not fucking easy.
It's
like,
not.
Get your feelings hurt. Move through the hurt feelings. Lean into hurt feelings.
Right.
You know what, Lee? That's such a good thing to say. Like, feelings are supposed to move through you. We're not supposed to harbor them.
Yeah. Lean into it and move through it and find, happiness on the other side.
Yeah. Because it is, I read mean things about myself all the time. And I'm not fucking, immune to it. It does affect you a little bit. You're like, damn, that's so mean.
I don't know why you get so much hate. I really don't.
I
You're
get
so
so much
sweet.
hate.
I know. I don't get it.
I don't know. I get a lot of hate though. And it's like, it does. I'll read stuff and I'm like, what the fuck? And it does hurt. And then I'm just like, it doesn't. They're also, just
well, and you bring it to us too. And Harper likes to ignore it. But
No, fuck off, Lee. I don't ignore it. I just think that it's like, don't give these people, like, they're clearly just trying to get a rise out of you. And it's like, I understand and I'm sensitive to your hurt, but I also just think the more you let them know that it's getting to you, the more it's like making yourself a target.
Yeah.
That's what I'm just saying.
Feed off of it,
of course, to us, of course, vent. But I'm saying, like, so doing it so publicly, you have to understand that you are, and it's not your fault, but like you are like admitting your Achilles heel. And so people are going to come for you even harder to get a reaction. And some people just like to be.
Oh, and what you can't do is go back online. Like, you cannot go back online because that does just fuel the fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't know. I watch YMH and there's that guy that the Daddy Lagone, and he's like, guys, don't call me daddy. Don't. And it's like, dude, now everyone's
gonna do exactly that.
Yeah.
It becomes like a
you
a
really
gag.
just have to ignore it, move through it.
Yeah, Tom Segura says that he just ignores everything. He doesn't read comments. He doesn't.
Yeah, you can't.
He can't. I know. I'm addicted to it though.
Well, then that's another thing to work on.
Yeah, I know.
We're also new.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's 20 years in.
Yeah.
Yeah. My man wants to do butt stuff, but I don't. What should I do?
Don't do it.
Peg him.
Yeah, peg him.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do butt stuff, babe? Let's do butt stuff then, babe.
What would
on you.
How do you feel about pegging? I've been curious about this.
Would you want to be pegged?
I mean, I have.
You seem kind of peggable.
Yes, Lee.
You seem like you would be down for a peg.
Yeah.
There's
no shame in pegging, by the way.
No, there's none.
I'm just saying, if you don't want to, just communicate. I think pegging's dope. I think it's lit.
Honestly, I was wondering, because you're so anti-butt stuff, so I was wondering how you feel about giving butt stuff.
Oh, I'll give. Yeah.
Yeah. No, when I was high all the time, my dick didn't work,
Right.
Pegging was the answer.
Pegging was the answer. And it probably feels okay because you're high and men have G-spots.
They got
assholes.
pussies.
Yeah. Love that.
Talk to him, peg him.
And sew up that asshole. Don't let him in there.
Sew it up.
You know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Never do anything you don't want to do.
We have a lot more, but you know what? I guess we could just cap it there.
You want to do one more?
There's so many good ones, but here's one that actually is easy. I'd love to hear about your skincare routines, products that you love and hate.
Okay.
I do love talking about skincare stuff because I just got into the game.
Mm-hmm. We got into it hardcore over quarantine.
Because TikTok be on that skincare routine game.
Mm-hmm.
CeraVe is my number one. I love CeraVe.
I just found out that they test on animals, but I use it too.
That sucks.
I know. But I love Youth to the People, CeraVe, Paula's Choice. Don't exfoliate your skin too much, because I was doing that and then my skin barrier.
Mm-hmm.
You need a
vitamin C serum.
Yeah, every morning.
So good. Sunscreen.
Retinol 3 times a week.
Fuck. I really like Drunk Elephant. They don't animal test. And Kiehl's.
Love. Yeah.
Kiehl's is good, expensive, but they have good shit.
Just try not to use anything with fragrances.
Yeah.
And I used to have cystic acne, and my skin looked fucked up. And now I have such good skin because I drink so much water, and because I started using products that are more hydrating.
Yeah. And doing it like,
Ooh-wee.
vitamin C serum in the morning. I do hyaluronic acid, vitamin C serum, CeraVe lotion, like moisturizer, and then
caffeine drops under your eye.
Oh, really?
You just become like a capitalistic pig.
Yeah, you
basically.
do. And
roll around in the mud of
I do
skincare.
niacinamide at night.
Niacinamide at night. Yeah.
With retinol and CeraVe. And I wash with CeraVe.
Okay, yum, yum, yum. If you guys liked the show, which honestly you'd be mentally ill if you didn't, tell a friend, tell someone that you got in a horrible fight with, and help us spread this. And then if you can just subscribe, honestly, we'll kiss you on your cute little foreheads. And
follow our Instagram.
Follow our Instagram at teatime42069.
Clips out all the time.
Yeah.
And email
all we do
us
is drop clips.
When you email us at teatimestories42069@gmail.com. That is where we take our stories.
There's email link on your Instagram. There's email on Twitter. There's email on the Tea Time Instagram.
Yeah. We love your stories. Keep them coming. And
we're we do advice every week now.
We do love the advice. We love the advice. We love the stories. And catch you Sunday.
See you guys in Al-Anon.
It works if you work it and you're worth it.